I have a message to put out. I do need to let you know that there will be some trigger warnings in this message, so be prepared. This isn't going to be easy to hear, and it's not going to be easy for me to say some of this. Pretty much all of it, really. Let's be honest. However, I do have to put out this message, and I am being told by the Most High to not hold back. I am to say it exactly as He said it to me, as I wrote it. So, here we go. For the past 2 days, I have been tapped in to Heavenly Father, and He has been telling me the histories and the situations of people and things that have taken place over the span of my life and over the past few years. Now, this may jump around a little bit, but I believe that you will be able to keep up if you've watched any of my videos. All right, and I will be reading this to you exactly as I wrote it, so forgive me if I'm not making eye contact the whole time, okay? All right. I'll start with the businesses that are in my name. The ones that have been stolen to me due to major fraud and verbal slander of my name. The Drawer Connection in Arizona is actually my business. Steve hid the paperwork. Mystic Cleaning was stolen by my brother, Dale. And the tiny homes for homeless that Tommy Dean fought Dale for in court many times is actually my business. Tommy got it back by blackmailing Dale with the unaliving of Henry Curran. The whole plot against Tango Henry was Tommy's idea and planned with Kathy to get the tiny home business back from Dale. Okay, here we go. When Samantha was a preteen, she was taken to the secret society. They brainwashed her against me to hate me. This was the time that I spoke of where she wouldn't see me, she wouldn't talk to me. When I would go to pick up my daughter, Tabitha, she wouldn't even come out to see me. Tommy Dean was behind this. He's been behind everything that's happened to me because he truly believes that he owns me. Tommy had them make her totally hate me so that he could use her later to set me up. Tommy told Samantha that I never wanted her, that I thought of her as nothing more than the devil. He told her that the only reason that I kept her was for the money that I could get from Tim. I never asked Tim for a dime. Tommy told Tim to tell Samantha that I took him to the cleaners so that they could make this lie work. Tommy and Tim worked together to get Samantha to turn on me. They also got the Ameses to help with it. Tommy was a part of my children's lives. He would come around to see how things were progressing. Tommy tried to turn Tabitha against me too, but he couldn't. Tabitha knew Tommy when she saw him in Tennessee. When I introduced her to him, she already knew him. She was afraid to tell me. And that was her first mistake. Then she saw what was happening to me, and she still didn't come clean with what she knew. That was her second mistake. Then Tabitha started to believe the lies that Tommy was telling her, and that was her third mistake. Tabitha started to doubt me to the point that she told me that I was crazy to think that Samantha was involved in all of this. And then Tabitha stopped talking to me to further isolate me. Tommy told her to do so. And Tabitha told Tommy she hated me for my YouTube channel, that she was embarrassed to call me her mother. Tabitha started telling people that I was crazy, that none of this was really happening to me, and Tommy loved it to death. He was finally able to get her to turn on me, and Tabitha took it to yet another level and started telling people that I was a sex worker. Tommy couldn't believe that she actually said it, but he went with it because he was loving it. Tabitha started a meme to embarrass me, to make me stop doing the YouTube channel. Tabitha actually started to see how much Tommy enjoyed all of the terrible things that were happening to me. And Tommy started to hit on the most terrible things happening to me to get Tabitha to say things about me. That's when she started to realize that something was wrong. Tabitha became very cautious around Tommy, and he started to notice her pulling back. Tommy stopped talking about me to make her more comfortable so that she would continue to talk to him. And Tabitha fell for it again and started talking to Tommy about things that only she knew about me, like how I felt about Dave Blank. Tabitha let Tommy and Kathy take my grandsons to Disneyland. While they had the boys, Kathy and Tommy told them that I murdered someone and that they would never see me again. The boys are very close to Tabitha, so when they got back, they told her what Tommy and Kathy said, and that's when Tabitha's eyes were opened to what they were trying to do to me. She cut Tommy and Kathy off. Kathy was trying to take my place in my grandson's lives. Tabitha then went to the FBI and told them everything that I had said to her when we were talking. The FBI already knew. Tabitha found out that the FBI had been after Tommy and they knew what he was doing. Tabitha asked, "So, my mom is the victim?" And they said yes. She asked if she could call me, and they said, "Not right now. We need Tommy to do something so that we can get him." Tabitha said, "So you're using my mom as bait?" The FBI took that to heart. Tabitha then started telling people that she was talking to so badly about me in the first place that she was wrong. That I wasn't the problem, Tommy and Kathy were. To get Tabitha to shut up, Tommy called CPS on her so that she would quit talking. And it worked. But Tommy is really good at manipulating things in his favor. The memories. Okay, this is not going to be easy. The memories that I had of sex from my childhood weren't from the porn that was actually, around constantly in my house when I was young. It was real, and it was what happened to me. The reason that I was so promiscuous was due to the type of abusive sex that I was made to engage in when I was young. I was drugged constantly to perform like Tommy wanted me to. It made me lose time, and it made me lose memory. Tommy wanted me in a poly relationship. Tommy was never satisfied when it came to sex, and he wanted me to join in with others to satisfy his urges, to see me with others while with him. Tommy drugged me to make me do it. Tommy tied me up to make me take more than I could handle. He didn't care whatsoever about my well-being. He showed his friends where I lived so that they could rape me. Tommy had too many kinks to satisfy. This is why he wanted me back to be his sex slave again. After many years of not seeing him, when we met in Tennessee, there was something about him that didn't feel right to me. I was very leery of him, but my subconscious knew exactly who he was. That's when Tommy started to do the Zulu magic to make me come to him, and it worked. That's when things got really messy with Betty. She was actually sleeping with him while I was at work. Betty got so jealous that she poisoned me. Tommy got really fucking pissed that he used magic to manipulate how I saw her, as well as the things that he would say about her. Master of manipulation, even better than Sandy Emerson was, and I thought I would never be able to say that. Once Betty was gone, Tommy thought that he had me right where he wanted me, so he took it up a notch. Tommy's thinking is me back and make money off of me to tithe to the entity that he serves. That's what his plan was. Thing is, I wasn't being cooperative, and he was so pissed when I broke up with him. Tommy was sure that he had me. Tommy was sure that he could get me, and when I broke it off with him, it absolutely just completely pissed him off. And that's when he started to take things to a different level and decided that he was the man that was going to take me down permanently. Tommy got the secret society involved. They stole my mail. Tommy told Sandy Emerson that I broke up with him, and she said, then just kill her. She's not worth it. Tommy told her, nope, I'm going to make her pay. The secret society then started making my life hell for me. I started losing business due to the rumors that were being spread about me. Tommy wasn't done yet. He went to someone that he knew in the mafia and told them that I was drug dealing, that I was making money in their yard. That's not the way I talk, so I had to say, what does that mean? Which I guess means on their time, in their area. Tommy left me some weed before he and I broke up that was actually spiked with meth. That was supposed to keep me coming back for more, but I threw it away. And I quit doing drugs altogether. And he knew because I never came back for more. That still wasn't enough. He told the motorcycle gang that I was stealing their drug business as well. And he was trying everything he could to get me killed. Tommy was sure that I would be killed. However, I stayed alive despite his attempts. Tommy was desperate to make me suffer somehow. This is when he got Dale Emerson, my so-called brother, involved. Tommy and Dale didn't like each other, but they were sure good buddies when it came to taking me down. Tommy was actually in complete control of Dale's emotions because Dale was already so jealous of me anyways, and Tommy used it to manipulate him. That's when Dale got his motorcycle gang to come for me. Tommy spearheaded that move. Tommy went back to the secret society where there was a bet that was made. They bet Tommy that he couldn't take me down. And Tommy took the bet. Lola, stop, please. Just a bit longer, honey. Tommy took the bet, and they gave him money to make the bet seem more realistic to Tommy. They already knew Tommy would fail. Tommy was too much of a loose cannon to make this work. I kept getting away just in time, every time. Tommy made me have to think very hard of what to do next every time. And that's when Heavenly Father started talking to me. I had nobody. I had no one. No one to help me. No one to help me make sense of the things that were happening to me. Tommy was so shocked when I started my YouTube channel. He thought for sure that I was ready to give up by then. Heavenly Father was the one who told me to start my YouTube channel. Tommy was so pissed to see me taking my power back. And that's when I started seeing with my third eye the involvement of the secret society. He went back to them demanding more money, which they gave him. Tommy stepped it up and had me gang stalked. This is when Manisha was murdered. I got away again when I left to Colorado for her funeral. Tommy went into my house and he robbed me blind. That's when he took the underwear that I was talking about for the Zulu magic that he was doing, and the clothing that I wore the most, and gave them to Jessica to be me for him. She was more than willing to do it for him because she wanted him to love her the way that he loved me. Pretty sick, isn't it? If that's not love, that's obsession. Tommy was so happy to have a piece of me back again. That's when he started the Zulu magic again. Tommy was too strong for me to fight alone, so my ancestors took up the fight with me. Tommy told the secret society that he had me. That wasn't true, but he wanted more money to get me stuck. Tommy got in touch with Samantha and had her call me to meet up with her, but I already knew that she was involved, so I didn't go. Tommy was surprised that I actually knew that Samantha was involved. He couldn't believe that I knew that too. Tommy wasn't very smart about his next move. He called the cops to tell them that I was a murderer working with kids. to try to get me arrested. The cops took it to the chief, and he said, look into it. The cops not only saw that I wasn't working with kids, but they also saw Tommy following me everywhere I went. They told him to stop, and they watched a bit longer to make sure, but Tommy didn't stop. The police called the FBI and found out that I was being stalked and harassed by Tommy, and that I had already called the police before this point to tell them about the death threats that I received over text. They actually felt really bad that they didn't do anything to help me. Tommy was stupid to call the cops. It put the FBI back on his trail. He wasn't using his head. He was using his ego. Tommy was so mad that I got away that he called the cops and told them that I was on the move again. They said, how do you know? Tommy said, I saw her packing up her car. This time they arrested him for stalking. He was in jail for a month. Tommy was so pissed that he had to spend time in jail that he called the secret society again to find out where I was. They told him that I was in Texas, Trinity, Texas. When Tommy arrived, he was surprised to see that I was living with the Mason. Tommy called and asked what that was all about. They told him they wanted to see for themselves what this was all about. Tommy shit himself, literally. When they saw that I was just a lady trying to better myself, they knew there was more to it. Tommy wanted to get me fired from my job to make me look like a fool, so he started rumors. But he couldn't get me fired because I was good at my job, and I didn't care about the rumors. He got desperate, so he started stalking me again. Tommy contacted my so-called mother, Sandy, she told him to stop, that he was making a scene, but he didn't. He took the next step. He contacted the Navy. He was in the Navy. He told them that I was a spy for Russia. This move screwed him. The Navy contacted the FBI. The FBI told them that Tommy was trying to get me killed, to shut me up about him and this secret society. The Navy ran his info through the database, and they found out that Tommy was a mass murderer. He unalived people that he shouldn't have in the Navy. He was actually on the news the year that I was brought to the USA. Well, he's a lot older than he tells people he is. Tommy was discharged dishonorably from the Navy. That is Tommy's story. That is who Tommy is. That is what Tommy is. And that is what I have been dealing with for my whole life. Running for the past 3 years, literally, for my life. And that is all I'm going to say about that right now. There's a lot more. There's so much more. This is just a scratch on the surface. You've all seen my videos, and if you haven't seen my videos, you need to watch my videos, because there's details in all of this, and you'll start to be able to put the timelines together, just as I have. Just as Father is exposing them to me, I am giving them to you. I'm going to go. I hope you all have a great night. Please love each other. Love yourselves even more. And you know that I love you. And I'll catch y'all again later. Bye.